Hi everybody, this is Cindy over at paper.old.new. I have a video for you today. This is the antique mall haul. And I've already tried to film this video like 3 times, and the last time I did it, it was 120 minutes, and I tried to cut it down and it just looked choppy. So we're going to try going through this and get it done in less than an hour. There are 2 antique malls by me. I went to the antique malls looking for old books, Pam over at Paper Outpost was doing with the taking them apart. I didn't have any at this point. This was one of the first places I went. I got these 2. They were $4 a piece. They're old. They're in relatively bad shape. The material's coming off of the book board. I think they got wet. They are from, there's a copyright in here somewhere. I think it's 42. Yeah, 42. I liked the illustrations, and they have these little places where, like I said, it was a textbook. So they have these little places where there's examples of writing. There's some great illustrations in the stories. So here's a letter, an example of a letter. So yeah, I just thought that these 2 books were really cute, and it's an antique store, so they're not going to be quite as thrifty as a thrift shop or a yard sale or something like that. But I was on the hunt for books, and I needed some at that point because I didn't have any yet. This one is copyright 1968. It's called Unexpected Treasure. I liked this. This one was, again, for a cover, and I didn't have any book page stuff. I had been watching videos and seeing people do stuff with book pages. There is an illustration at the beginning of all the chapters of wildlife. So, like, this one's a raccoon with some ducks in the background. But I was looking for stuff to start my collection of book pages and book board, because now that I've been collecting materials for a little while, book board's actually expensive if you buy it new. So I got that one. This one was, I don't remember how much this one was. Sorry, I'm rushing. I have a lot of exciting stuff to share, and I want to be able to get it all in, and I don't want it to be an hour and 20 minutes again. So I'm trying not to unnecessarily chatter. This one is called Vanity Fair. Again, it's an old book. Really good shape on the book board. It is copyright 1958. The color plate illustrations in this one are awesome. I like him puppeteering. This is Vanity Fair, a novel without a hero. So yeah, again, a lot of book page. These ones are fuller or something. I don't know. They just look different to my eye. And I like the fact that I'll have variety. So they have these black and white ones. And then I'll try and find another color one. Like here we go. Rawdon Crawley. I feel like this book follows these Crawley people. I see their name pop up a lot. Here's Miss Crawley. So yeah, I got that one. This one was, let's see if it's written in here anywhere where I can still tell you. I think these books were $5. This one and the Unexpected Treasures with the beaver on the front. That was all I got from the first little antique mall. And it's smaller. And then I went to the big antique mall. And one of the things I got was, I got these 2 books. These are newer. This one is from 1998, and this one is from 2003, I think. This one was $5. This one was $3. I got these with the intention of altering them, but when I was looking at them, I did notice that I can take the text block out, so I don't know what I'll do with them. I haven't decided. In the middle of this one, there were these, there's all this stuff. This is about the Kennedy assassination, and there's all this stuff in here in the middle. Look, there's an old picture of a priest. Looks like it was taped back together. But like Look at this. It says approved for release 1994 CIA Historical Review Program. So I liked the documents. I don't know that I would use the pictures. Like that's, you know, I don't know that I would use those. But again, a good book page. This, like I said, this was nice and thick. It was going to be an altered book candidate, and it still may be. So I got that for $3, and the same with this one, an altered book candidate. I like the nice thick spine, lots of room. I could tear out 10 to 12 pages in between where I wanted pockets. This one has some really nice old, this one's about the Civil War. This one has some really nice old etchings from scenes in the Civil War. So either way I go, I'm going to get book page out of it. I'm thinking about some of these magazine ones. These are like a magazine paper material. These ones that the plates are on. I was thinking about trying to tea dye or coffee dye these just to see how it would turn out, make them look like old etchings. I don't know if that'll work. I don't know how well that'll absorb. But so I got these 2 newer books, like I said, with the intention of making some altered books with them. I'm running out of space, guys. I gotta get through some of this stuff. I got these. These were old. This was, again, this might actually have to be, it's fraying there at the back, and it's got, it separates, but I don't know how well that one will work. I'm sorry if you can hear my washing machine in the background. I'm down here in the laundry room basement area, so I apologize. It seems like every time I try to do this antique haul, something. But this is got some really nice aged pages. It's got some nice quotes in it from founding fathers and stuff like that. Here's the Bill of Rights, all the amendments. So, you know, if I do a 4th of July journal or, you know, an America journal, something like that, I've got material here that I can use. Otherwise, it's good book pages. This was $3. It's very light, and the book board is thinner, but still in good shape. So I got that one. And then this one is called Cynthia's Chauffeur, and that's me. This was $3. I think that picture is gorgeous. And if I'm not mistaken, this book is out of copyright, so I can scan that, which I'm excited about because I'll use it. The copyright on this is 1910. So I'm hoping that that is true, that this is out of copyright. There's quite a few little drawings in here. Also, I don't know that any of them, I don't think any more of them are in color, but, yeah, I love the way she's looking back at him like he's, you know, servant. But I got that. So these 2 will be text blocks pulled out and used as covers. I'm ready to start some journals. I haven't done that yet. This is a textbook. I actually bought this by accident. If I'm going to be honest, I did not intend to buy this, but it ended up in my stack, and I just didn't think about it. She just ran everything through. I like this map. So, and it's on 2 separate pages, so I could use them separately. Actually, it's 2 separate maps. But yeah, this was kind of bought by accident, but it seems to be, I don't know, Our Country and Northern Neighbors. So it's like, different sections of the country and what's there and what, like what industry is there, what major cities are there, but it's from 1934. So I like this picture of the Grand Canyon with the riders. So anyway, I actually bought this one by accident, but it's got some good stuff in it. And then what I was looking for was this. This I was excited about. This is from 1911, but it's just a whole book of aged music sheets. I was really excited to find this because I have no music sheets. Of course, I had no anything at the time I was going through the antique malls, but I've been kind of showing you guys my shopping out of order. But anyway, so I got these and I was really happy with this one. These were $3 a piece. I'm getting through this a lot faster than I did before. So this should be my last time trying to film this. This book is the one I went and did copyright research for. This book is all drawings and old photographs from the turn of the century, not the last turn, from the 1800s to the 1900s, that turn of century. And these are, I love all of these images, every single one of them. So I did a little bit of copyright research. I'll try and remember to link the website that I went to read. It was a lot of good information. I think all of these pictures were collected from the public domain and then put together in this book. So I'm excited because I think, and I'll look at them individually when I'm ready to use them. But look at these these ledger pages and these ads. I mean, and this drawing, but these are all old. Like this is 1767, 1787, 1771, 1798. I mean, some of this stuff is the turn of 2 centuries back. So, but I mean, it's a historical portrait of New York, and it's done in pictures. So I will end up going through and researching each individual picture as I want to use it. If it's public domain, I'll probably scan it first. And I love this book. I did pay $10 for it, so it was a little pricier, but I couldn't leave it behind. The pictures are just, look at that page. All of those little pictures. I just couldn't leave it behind. I mean, they're all black and white, no color in here. If I was really industrious, I could color them with some colored pencils or something. But I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway, so yeah, that was this. This was an exciting find also. I loved this trip to the antique store. I mean, I can't make a lot of them. These I got for $1. It looks like it's been eaten by bugs or something wherever it was stored. And there's writing on the back of a couple of them. But they're just, they look like receipt sheets from 1928 for an electrical contractor. So it's either he went and bought supplies, I don't know, or it's a job he did, and this is the receipt that he gave to the people. So yeah, I thought these were fun. It was $1 for all 3 sheets. So I got them because I didn't have anything like this, and I thought, you know, it would be neat to tuck in a book. I might trim the eaten pieces off, but, you know, I just thought it would be neat to tuck in a pocket somewhere individually. Okay, now, of course, I wandered over to one of the stalls that had kids' books. I'm not buying any more kids' books until I make some of these kids' journals. These I Can Read books. When I was a kid, these were like they had Dr. Seuss, they had Disney, they had tons of different, as I find these are another one that I think, like the Golden Books, would make really good journals. So I found this one. I did pay $4 for it. It was at an antique store, but it's from 1960. I remember the Fire Cat from when I was a kid. So I liked this story. It's in this book. It will come out. I'll have to cut it out like you do with some of the bigger books. It's in 3 signatures, so I should be able to keep it together and maintain the story, and then just add pages into the signatures and bulk it up and make it a fun journal. So I'm excited to do that. And I'm going to do that with more of these I Can Read books as I find them, especially Dr. Seuss and Berenstain Bears. Those were 2 of my favorites. So, yeah, so I got that one. And then Little Golden Books. Now, guys, I was noticing these are commemorative stickers, 1 billion golden memories. And somebody stuck them on the front of these. And on this one, they stuck it on the little girl's face. So had I noticed that, I might not have bought this one. I'm either going to have to put this in the bottom of my stash. I don't know if I can get the sticker off. So I'm either going to have to put this in the bottom of my stash and see if I can find another copy of this and then use them together to make a journal. Or this won't be a kept together journal, which will be a shame because I love all these Mother Goose nursery rhymes. Mary Had a Little Lamb, Georgie Porgy, Jack and Jill. You know, What Are Little Boys Made Of? I used to love this. Did you guys do that one? Little Girls, Sugar and Spice, Everything Nice, Snakes and Snails and Puppy Dog Tales. Love them. I don't think most kids would recognize them if you said them anymore. Now in the antique store, depending on rarity and year, some of these were pricey. But like I said, I didn't have any golden books at the time I did this, and I was looking for some because I really liked those videos. So I probably paid more than I should have for these, considering what I can find now. This one's 1961. Especially since I found my lady at the flea markets that I can get all her children's books are $1. Even if she has golden books, they're $1. This one is The Three Bears, and this one didn't cover a face, but it covered the title. So this one's 1948. I thought that when I was flipping through this, see the big eyes on the bear? How it's, well, I mean, it's like those white speck eyes. That reminds me of the Tawny Scrawny Lion, or Scrawny Tawny Lion. I don't remember which order that goes in. But that's what that reminds me of. So I wonder if it's the same illustrator. But anyway, so yeah, this is an old one. I already gave you the copyright on this, didn't I? Yeah, 1948. So this is an older one, and if I can get the stickers off, or I'll have to wait and see if I can find another copy. I got 2 Tom and Jerry's. These are both copyright. This one has to be repaired a little bit, and it doesn't have its tape, at least not on one side. I don't know that I'm going to be one of the ones that tries to preserve the iconic tape. I feel like a little golden book is a little golden book, and I don't know. We'll see. But this one is a 5th printing in 1973, copyright 1953. It's in good shape. I noticed little golden books tend to maintain their white pages. They age and color around the edges, but for the most part, they maintain that white. I don't know how they did that, but they did. This is a 4th printing, 1973, copyright 1955. So again, this is just Tom and Jerry. So those will be fun to make journals out of. And then I got the Little Red Caboose. This cover could use some cleaning. It had pen mark on it. Now, somebody gouged it, but the ink seems to have faded. So I don't know what I can clean that with. I'm afraid to put acetone on it because it'll take off the ink, but I'm afraid it'll take off the cover. So this is the Little Red Caboose, and it's a 26th printing in 1981, but it was copyright 1953. These pages look a little... It's funny that this is a printing in 1981, and these pages seem to be in worse shape than the ones from the 70s, 10 years earlier. So, oh, this one's torn. It's missing a spot. Again, guys, I'm going to have a stash of these that I put aside, or I'm going to have to be more careful about looking through them. I'm going to have a stash of these that I put aside waiting for a second copy. I mean, that's just really not repairable. And if I'm trying to keep the story intact, I mean, you can't skip a page. So we'll see. See how that goes. These will probably go to the bottom of my stack though. All these pages are torn. Maybe it was well used, but I mean, it's pretty beat up for considering we find them from the 40s and 50s and they're in good shape. This is from the 80s. It's pretty beat up. Oh, the Heidi one, I thought it was interesting. That is that remark I made about the white pages in the golden book. So I don't know, maybe this started out as a cream colored page, but the Heidi one looks like really nicely aged pages. And the illustrations in the Heidi one are beautiful. I like this one a lot. This is from 1954. And again, being from an antique mall, unless it's written in here somewhere, they had little tags stuck in them. Because you know how antique malls work, right? The different vendors rent space. And when you go up to the front to pay at the central cashier, they take the little tag so they can keep track of which vendors you spent money at. So when they take the tag, I don't have the price anymore. So I don't know how much I spent. I want to say they were between $3 and $5 a piece. Like I said, pricey at the antique stores, but I didn't have any and I didn't know I could find any for any other price because I wasn't seeing them anywhere else. This one was kind of unique. A Day in the Jungle. Notice it is a little golden book. Notice the tape on this one is not shiny like most of them. So this one, and the back is not the animals. It's this embossed gold looking. It's not actually raised embossed, but it looks like a gold frame around the outside. Now, the copyright on this one, I think this is one of the older ones that I have. The copyright on this one is 1943. and it does not list a, you know, such and such printing. But oh, it talks about the illustrator in here though, and the author. So the author also wrote The Pokey Little Puppy, Tapatan, The Lavender Cat, and The Bird. Oh, Pokey Little Puppy is the only golden book. And then this guy has illustrated some books. He illustrated Toodle and Scuffy the Tugboat. He illustrated, and Little Pond in the Woods and The Taxi That Hurried. Those are all little golden books that this guy illustrated. And his illustrations are nice. I like them. The eyes are kind of big on some of these animals. The other thing I noticed was it's an odd mix of animals in this supposed jungle. I mean, I just think that the animals that are all thrown together here aren't necessarily animals that actually live together out in the wild. Like here's a camel in with the wolf and the panther. And I mean, not that it bothers me. I just think it's funny. So, but anyway, yeah, really cute. And I will definitely be turning this one into a journal. I am excited to start these. I might watch a few more videos. I'm excited, but I'm also a little apprehensive, shall we say. This one is coming apart at its seam, so it's going to need some repair work. I haven't decided whether I want to do the ones that extend the spine out a little bit so that you get the full length and don't have to cut the pages. That would be nice. So I have to see. This is Bialowski's Special Picnic. The copyright on this is actually 1985. I don't recognize him, and maybe that's because we'll just say I was too old for golden books in 1985. Doesn't mean I didn't still like them. They're very cool drawings, and it's just about this bear who's going about his day, and he's meeting a friend to go on a picnic, and they go to several different locations, and I wonder which came first, because there's a Berenstain Bears book out there that does this same thing, except their different locations are a little more tragic and very funny. I read that one when I was a kid too. If I find that, that's getting bought. But yeah, these illustrations are really nice. They look like they were coloring book pictures and somebody very neatly colored them in with a crayon. That's what it reminds me of. Just the way that the coloring is done. So, yeah, I got that one. I'd never seen it before. It was unique to me. So I'm looking forward to turning all of these into journals, guys. And I need to get started because I have a drawer over here full of children's books to turn into journals. And it's full. It's literally full. Like, if I put any more in there, the drawer won't close. So, the next thing I wanted to show you was I got some lace and some doilies. Again, at the antique store, it's a little pricier, although these I think I got for like 50 to 75 cents. This one says 55 cents. This was a lot of fun. As you can see, I unwound it. I thought these thinner laces that are ruffled like this would make good borders or accents on tags or cards without overwhelming them like the thicker laces might do. So yeah, I got this white one, and then this one's got blue in it, which I really liked. And it's also tied with a piece of some sort of vintage lace. It's falling apart in places. So I think it's old, at least older. It's also fragile, so that could account for it. I thought it was cute that she takes manila folder. You can see the shape there. Manila folder, attaches scrapbook paper to it, and then wraps her lace around it, whoever this vendor is. I thought that was just really cute. But yeah, so I got this one. And like I said, they were anywhere from 50 to 75 cents for a roll. This one says there's 3 yards in it. This one says there's 7 yards in it. That looks like this one, so I don't know. I don't think that's 7 yards. 7 feet maybe, but I don't think it's 7 yards. Anyway, she put this one on a Paris postcard card. Looks like a Polaroid picture, but it says postcard on it. That won't go to waste. So for 55 cents, I got this and this. And then I got this one, which I thought was really nice. It's tan or old or both. They don't really date the lace, so I don't know. It says there's 6 yards. I have not unpinned it, as you can see. And again, somewhere between 50 and 75 cents. So I got those. Now, doilies are pricier at the antique store. Again, remember, I'm doing these out of order from like chronologically how I did them. I was gathering stuff. Guys, I would go somewhere, buy stuff, leave it in a bag, and stick it off to the side and say, I'm going to make a video. And it took me a while to get my filming area done. So then I just started filming, and what I wanted to share first and how I wanted to share things was not necessarily how I chronologically found them. So these doilies I got before I got any other doilies or found cheaper doilies, and I think they were $3 a piece. Here's the tags, the things that the tags came off of. I did have a limit. I was not going to pay. Some of the doilies were, I mean, $15, $20 depending. I was not going to pay that much, but I did pay $3. So these were probably $3 a piece. And then I got these little ones. I really like this one. It's got you see the embroidered basket and the flowers all around. Really cute. Fun to fold onto a page, I think. So I got that one. This one I got, it reminded me of a book. And I think it was $1. So I was like, oh, I'll pay $1 for it. And I'm pretty sure what I decided I was going to do with it, and it really doesn't matter. I just figure out which side looks better as a front or is in better condition. Like that has a pull. I don't know if I can get rid of that. And then I was going to fold it over and sew a signature in here, just a little one. And yeah, make a little cloth book out of it. I think that would be fun to go into a pocket. All right, just to keep my space clear, give me a second here. I know I'm trying to make this video faster and I'm taking time to clean up, but I don't have space, guys. Okay, so next is some cabinet cards. I got some cabinet cards. This one, because it's so big, I think was $2. I think this one's in rougher shape. It's tearing at the seams. So, I mean, while this cardstock is nice, and look at it, it's faded from the closure. So I still may use the cardstock. I think this is great. They have the little tuck spot at the top and bottom where the photo goes. But you can slide the photo out, and for the price of this cabinet card, you get a photo, which I'm probably going to cut into pieces. And it's a family, child, mother, dad, I'm assuming. And I'm pretty sure this stuff is turn of the century. It's got that metallic shimmer that photos back then used to have. And so I'm pretty sure these are turn of the century. I don't think there's any copyright issues on these. So yeah, I was going to scan them in. And but for the $2, you get the cardstock and you get the pictures. So and then these were $1. And this thing is in really good shape. And it's got little corner tucks, and look at leaning over this chair. He or she looks like they look like they're ready to climb out of that chair. They're done taking pictures. This is it. I thought that was so cute. I like the ones with personality rather than the ones that are, I mean, I do like the ones that are just sitting there, but I like these ones with a little bit of personality to them. So I got that one. This was $1. I got this one. I can't resist. The babies are so cute. I mean, look at that gown. The babies are just really cute. I know you got a glare from my light. I apologize about that. I've been trying to work on the glare thing. I guess that's just... And then this one. This was another one of the ones I got because I thought it had a lot of personality. I mean, look at her. She looks like she's having a front porch sit chatting with somebody. You know, I mean, it doesn't necessarily look like a front porch, but in the background. But that's just what she looks like to me. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw that picture. I'm sorry about my washing machine again. It's making an awful lot of noise. I was trying to wait till it was done, but I have things to do this afternoon and I really need to get this finished, especially since it's my third filming of this video. Okay, so I got these cabinet cards. Let's see if I can try and keep my space cleaned up. We'll put these in there. Now, my next find, I'm actually coming to the end of this. Look at this. I'm not even sure how I made this video an hour and 20 minutes. My next finds are exciting to me. This is a wallpaper book. Now this book, I flipped the edges and I saw the wallpaper. Can you see? No, you can't. Let me turn it this way. If you flip the edges, you see how you can see the wallpaper just at the edges? And I was like, look at all those really cool patterns. Okay. And I was like, okay, 1940 wallpaper. This will be a ton of fun. And I bought it and I brought it home and I opened it and a ton of the pages are this paper that tells you what the next section of wallpaper patterns is going to be is stuck to the surface of the wallpaper underneath. So I saw the bottoms down here that are clean with nothing stuck to them, but I didn't see that all these papers were stuck. So some of them don't have any papers stuck. So you got like that. And I also was noticing that they don't do themselves any favors when they cut these samples. I mean, I feel like you should have like maybe shifted that down and got this in the middle instead of cutting it off in 4 places. But hey, I don't do wallpaper. So some of them are really cute. And then others of them have the paper stuck. This one's got paper stuck. This one's got paper stuck. So rather than spend a lot of time flipping through that and showing you all the wallpaper you can't see, I'm going to take this apart. And I am going to attempt to, it says, the wallpaper on the back says that it's washable and durable. I'm going to try and soak the paper off. Like put it in warm water, maybe with a little bit of soap. And because Lord only knows these wallpaper pieces could use cleaning. And I'm going to try and soak those papers off of there. When I try that, I will give you guys an update and maybe show you the ones that I rescue. So I'm not going to go through this one. But guys, this is not the only wallpaper book I got. The other two, I have to move this because the other two are huge. Oh, I keep popping that. So the first one I got, now keep in mind both of these are from the 70s. And honestly, being from the 70s, they're both very different. So as far as your taste in wallpaper goes, this one is from, let's see if you can, I got a little space, August of 1975. I don't know if you can see that. So this was in August of 1975. This is a sample book that you might look at if you want to shop for wallpaper. Guys, can I just say that in the mid-70s, we had really busy rooms. So I'm going to flip through these with you since I was able to shorten this, and I'm hoping that you enjoy. Look at those walls. So there's a picture at the beginning that tells you the name of the pattern and gives you an example of a room decorated with one of the colors of the pattern. And then you get the patterns. And this is the one that the room was decorated in up front. And then you get all the others. So this pattern comes in green. This pattern is called Square Dance. It comes in green. It comes in red. It comes in sunshine yellow. It comes in teal. I'm not really going to do that through the whole book, by the way. I feel like you can see colors. This one is actually nice. I still wouldn't put it on a wall. At least not a whole wall. Maybe the bottom of a wall and then you paint the top of the wall white. You know, that might not be so bad, but a whole wall, that's a lot. Or for me, it's a lot. I'm sure there's people out there that love it, obviously. This one is called Strawberry. So here's the pattern that was in the picture. Can you see how I get chatty? I get chatty and then my videos get long. But yeah, so when I was doing this, this one is called Flower Patch. And it's actually patches, like quilted patches and then flowers in between. So maybe I'll put some of these in my quilting journal. Look at that. But when I started this junk journal thing, I was looking for stuff to junk journal with. And I didn't know where to go. I wasn't a yard sale person. I didn't do a lot of thrift storing. And I started watching videos. And I knew about the antique stores. And I always love going into antique stores. So that was the first place I kind of went. The order that I've shown the videos to you in has just been something that makes logical sense to me. Since I started with the decluttering videos, it made sense to me to then show you the videos about where I take all the stuff that I I'm not going to use for junk journaling when I declutter. And then I just kind of went from there. So yeah, so these videos are out of order, but some of these wallpapers come with fabric. So you can make curtains or tablecloths or pillows, or I don't know if they've actually upholstered any. This does not feel like upholstery fabric. You might cover chairs with it. I don't know if there's any examples of upholstered. Here's in green that comes with fabric. The red one comes with fabric. This is kind of a reddish brown. The blue one comes with fabric. This is called Attic Stripe. And then you have this one. This one is called Monique. I actually like this. This is pretty with the flowers. Oh, the other thing that was in this book that I really like that I found, this is those glassine envelopes and bags that we all like. This is a sheet of that glassine stuff that they've put between. I'm guessing some of them got pulled out, but it seems like they're between the first pattern example because it's a full sheet of wallpaper and they didn't want them to stick together. But there's several of these glassine sheets in here, and I was excited to find them because they're aged, and I can make my own glassine bags and envelopes out of them, which I was really excited for. I feel like I keep apologizing for my washing machine, but it's doing a spin cycle and it keeps rattling. So I'm really sorry about the noise, the background noise. I'm down here in the basement. The other thing you might hear is the humming of my heat pump. So it's noisy down here. This one is called Happy Quilt Double Check. So again, these would look, if I can get any, or even if I just get some of the like half flowers, these would be fun in the quilting journal. And this has a fabric sample with the double check. So the double check has the fabric sample, and then here it is, and you can see the plaid in the quilt. Not exactly, but it uses the colors. And here's the red and blue, darker red and blue. This reminded me of bandanas, and then later on in the book, and maybe it's because of these paisley ones, but later on in the book there's actually a pattern called bandana, so I thought that was kind of funny. This one's called Portofino. I thought these would make fun cutouts. These flower arrangement things. I thought they would make fun cutouts. I mean, and they're big enough that if you stuck it in the bottom of a page or off to the side of a page, you could tuck something in there. That could be a tuck spot. And the wallpaper's nice and durable for that kind of stuff. So something I've noticed, and maybe you guys can, while we're flipping through these, when you do those layered pockets in an altered book and you have book page in between, do you guys do anything to strengthen that book page? Because it seems like it tears. I actually had to glue one down that was intended to be one of those layered pockets, but the book page tore because book page is kind of flimsy. So, you guys leave me some comments and tell me what you do. I actually tried Mod Podging the in-between page, but you have to be careful because it sticks. I like the birds. That's a little bright. This one's kind of plain, just like an outline. Almost looks like a blueprint for birds. I like the daisies. Again, in small doses, these patterns are not bad. So, I couldn't put this on a wall, but in small doses, this could go on the cover of a book or something. This definitely could. I thought these would make great, like if you had a little book and you put this on the cover and then you did a solid colored brown spine, or even took a coordinating color, because anything goes with brown, took another color and put it down the spine, and did one of those layered covers. So here's the daisies in blue. And of course you can just fold a piece of wallpaper into a signature. Why not? Oh, and then there's this one, guys. This is Sunshine. Apparently intended, I'm assuming that's a kid's room. Look at that. There are certain things that just scream children's books, Little Golden Book, whatever. I feel like the colors in this is what does it. Because when I flip to the other color, like this doesn't say children's book as much to me. I guess the graphicness of it does, but Oh, these are pre-pasted, pre-trimmed. I don't know what that means. Does that mean you just get them wet and the paste is on there like a stamp? You lick it? No. Can't even believe I said that. Okay, then there's pastels in this one. Then you have Nina and Charlene. And apparently they got along well. But this is a large flower and then a small flower. The little flowers that are in between here, I don't know if you can see them in the picture. It makes up a whole sheet. So I don't know why I explain it to you because you're going to see it. But see, so you have this, and then this little flower pattern makes a whole sheet, an accent sheet. And there's fabric. The example picture did not use the fabric. There is an example picture in here somewhere that does use the fabric. I kind of like this pattern. I think it's pretty, especially this one with the little flowers and the dots. I like that. That's pretty. This one's okay. It's not horrible. Ooh, that's bright. And then we have Barbados. So some tropical leaves. Here's one that used fabric. So they made it looks like a tablecloth or a bedspread. I can't tell. That's a pillow, so I don't know. It might be a bedspread. And then curtains out of the blue bandana, and then they covered the walls in the red bandana, and then added red carpet. So very dark room. Here's more of that glassine. But here's the red bandana, and there's the fabric for it. And this comes in quite a few colors also. Green. This is kind of childlike to me. Like I said, if I cut a piece of this out and just tucked it in a book as a page, because the back of this is just paper. I mean, you could decorate it or not, and just tuck this in as a page. It would go. I think these would go good in a kid's book, the brighter ones. This looks almost Pennsylvania Dutch or something to me. I don't know. I can't decide. But it's kind of a traditional tile pattern. You can see the tile seams. So it's supposed to be big tiles, very colorful tiles. And then here's the little tile pattern without the big disc in the middle and, shrunk down. So, I mean, you could cut out the individual squares. You could cut a big square. These would actually even look good in the quilting journal. There it is in kind of plain, toned down. And there's the brown version of that. These colors are kind of nice. They're muted, not quite as bright. This would be fun. This spine is actually pretty deep. So I'm wondering if, even though that's cut off in the spine, if the paper actually goes further and you can get that whole circle. Because I thought these would be neat to cut out and fold around a signature or into a signature. This one I like. This is Meadow Lane. It's bright flowers. So, and that comes in several different colors. I'm speeding up here a little bit, guys, because we're starting to push that mark that I don't want to hit. Cindy's plaid. I didn't even see that. And here's the glassine. See how it sticks? I'm assuming they didn't want the pages to stick together. That's where the surface is coming off. So Cindy's plaid has fabrics and comes in blue and yellow. And these ones, look at those flowers. Very graphic. And then I think this is the, maybe not the last pattern. Oh, this one, maybe. More of the glassine. I'm excited about those glassine sheets, guys. Like lattice. A couple of different colors. So yeah, that was one wallpaper book. And then I got, these were so much fun, I couldn't leave them. So I got that one, and I got this one. Now, you'll notice when I open this one up, this one had a note in it. I saved the note just so I could read it to you guys. Vintage wallpaper used for crafts, scrapbooking, note cards, placemats, wrapping paper. Wrapping paper. It would be really thick for wrapping paper. Picture frame matting and many other ways. So I thought it was funny that the person who was selling this was taped to the book so that you could look at it and, oh, I could use that for that. That's a good idea. Kind of a thing. Anyway, here's a list of all the papers in here. These ones are a lot less, I don't know, jarring. See, the patterns are muted. And this is more of that, I don't know what this fabric is called that looks like this. It's got the little knots and the lines running down it. If anybody knows what this is called. It's not actually the fabric, but it's supposed to look like that fabric. I don't remember what it's called. So these colors are much more muted. Some of these are on metallic background, so there's this copperish, goldish background, and then there's some silver background. Once again, the people who cut the samples, here's the pattern. This page tells you nothing about this pattern. I just think it's funny that this is in a sample book to show you the wallpaper and you can't see it. There's another one. This one's on paper that's kind of, can you see that? It's like it's been sponged. And then there's that fabric again. And then some of these are on craft paper. I mean, that just feels like really thick craft paper. So, I mean, I guess it's a wallpaper. I don't know. Okay, and then this one, some of the backgrounds look like this. This looks like leather to me. That's what it reminds me of. And then this one's on craft paper again. These are hard to get a hold of and flip. I'm trying to move. I'm hoping, because I still have a thing that I want to show you guys, and we have to flip through a stack of something. This one's got silver on the background. The fabric samples, and then you have the flowers to go with the zigzags. This comes in a couple different color pairs. And then at the back of the color pairs, blue and orange. There's another pinkish one. Ooh, it's definitely old, guys. This one's 78. So, and then there's this group of them, small ones, of just the zigzags. So there's 5 of those. They did this with a couple of the patterns where you had some extras. And you have this flower pattern. Some of the colors are really pretty. And this one, like I said, this one's muted. This one isn't quite so hit you in the face. It's busy. It's still busy, but it's not quite so... I think it would make neat backgrounds. I'm a busy type. I like all the busy in certain things. And I think it would make neat collage backgrounds. This one's water birds. I thought it was interesting that only a couple of them can actually see the bird. Like this one, you can see the back end of the bird and his neck is tucked in there. Again, I'm hoping that the deep spine will allow me to get the whole bird. That's on the craft paper. This one's going underwater. I love him, the little puffy guy here. Some of these that say water birds don't actually have any birds on them. It's the metallic. And this is like a lighter version of the leathery brown. And then here's the sponge one. And here's the guy with his neck tucked back there again. Here's the little puffy bird, but they cut the bottom of him off. It's okay. Might could use him in a corner as a tuck spot. This one's kind of oddly shiny, plasticky. If I didn't know any better, I would think it was a piece of this paper. This is another one of those ones with the pairs. So you have the big pattern and the little pattern. I like these bouquets on these ones. They combined the brown with a couple of colors. So like here's some browns and blue. And here's some brown. I like the brown and pink. I really like this one. So I got those. And then these colors. And then this is another one, dots, and then a big flower pattern. And most of them come with fabric samples, so I've got these little pieces of fabric if I can peel them off the cardboard. And if I can't, maybe I'll just leave them on the cardboard backings and make mini journals out of them to tuck in pockets. That might be an idea. And I can fold it down the middle and put pages in it. Tons of mini journals. That might be a mass make. Pull those out of there and just make a ton of them. Here's another one of those things of 5 to go with this pattern. And then this is fans. These are fans. They look like ping pong paddles to me, but they're fans. So that's what it says here, fans. So we got all these. They have little birds on them. This is an interesting flower pattern. It's all in metallics. This is silver and the copper. This is on the sponge background. The new Dynasty one is funny to me because not once in here did they get you a whole lotus. This has got that kind of Egyptian look to it. Not once did they get you a whole one of these. So there are no whole ones. This is on the craft paper, which I thought was funny because that was what I was hoping for, was a whole one of these lotuses. I mean, I can't complain. It's a lot of paper and there's a ton I can do with this. This one also is, unfortunately, this is just a fabric. It's not a wallpaper. I like the bird. You can see the bird, and I don't think the bird's not on the fabric samples, but it's still pretty. So these are all supposed to be cherry blossoms. So they have companion fabrics and then the wallpaper. And then these guys, I'm going to stick pictures on these and cut them out with some like decal scissors. Sorry, stick pictures and cut them out with some decal scissors around the edges and make faux stamps out of them. That whole sheet, that's faux stamps, whole sheet of it. So that was that one. I'm getting ready to hit that hour mark. I got to go through these quick, guys. This is an album. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to an antique store. Postcards go anywhere from $2 to $5 individually. This album had this stack in it. This album, I think, got wet, and I don't know that it's salvageable for anything, but these are the postcards. And guys, these are from like 1906 to 1919. This one looks like a photograph got put on a postcard. It was never mailed, but I wanted to show these to you. So there's a girl and her dog. And this is from 1908. And I can't read that date. It looks like it might be 1911 or 1917, something like that. This one's 1909. 1908. I'm going to try and wipe these off gently with like a paper towel and some warm water. They even have stamps. Some of them even have stamps on them. That one is stamped, but it doesn't have a postmark. And then I'm going to scan them into my computer. Even these labels I'm going to scan in so I can use them. Stamp. This was 1917. That one wasn't sent. This one was sent, but there's no... Oh, the postmark is really faded. I can't read it. Like I said, some of them are written... Most of them are written on. 1914. Not like this one's written on, but it was never mailed. I really like this postcard emblem. There's a couple of these with this kind of airbrushed look. I don't know if they did airbrushing back then. I don't know when airbrushing started. 1912. That wasn't used. There's a couple of these in here. This particular specific one, I think there's 3 or 4 of these in here, and none of them have writing on them, so I'm assuming they were bought in a box and just tucked in here for safekeeping. This one's from 1913. I thought that cabin was kind of spooky. That might be a Halloween journal image. I don't know. I'm still trying to decide what to put in the Halloween journal. 1914. I cut the chatting way down on this one, guys, and I'm still hitting an hour. So I hope you've stuck with me through it. 1909. This was one of my favorite hauls. I loved this. 1909. Oh, 1916. I will say that having told you that individually I was seeing these postcards, these antique postcards for, there's another one of those ones not used, for $2 to $5 a piece. This whole album was $20. 1909. So having seen the $2 to $5 a piece, when I saw this album, I snatched it. 1910. $1909. That one doesn't have a postmark. Bar-le-Duc. This one's French, I think. Yeah. This is 1919, I think. There is a soldier writing home in some of these. That might be what that's from, because there were quite a few. This one is copyright 1905, postmark 1908. That one's blank. This one is 1907. I can't tell if that's a 3 or an 8. I'm going to guess an 8 just because of the timing of all these. There's a couple of these that say Beatrice. I don't know if Beatrice is a person or a place. Or maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. If it's a place overseas. 1908, 1907. I mean, some of these, they're just really pretty. Just in and of themselves, they're pretty. 1910, 1907. That stamp is severely damaged. Looks like somebody tried to get it off of there. Fond greetings. 1910. Here's another one of those Christmas ones that's not used. I guess they aren't the exact same image, but they're the same style, so I'm thinking they came as a box. Again, that could be 1903 or 1908. I'm guessing 1908. This one does not have a year. Oh, it's over here. 1913, I think. This is another one from overseas. Metz Cathedral. See, it's got an APO. I'm pretty sure that's military. And this is from 1919. So, yeah, 1919. So, yeah, that was from... No postmark on that one. That one's blank. Very dirty. This is the one. It says Ventimiglia. Ventimiglia. And it's officer's mail. And it says that this is a spot between France and Italy. Right here. So I thought that was kind of neat. That one was also 1919. This is 1909. $1915, $1908, $1908, $1908. Hit a streak of 1908, 1909. This one's kind of got an interesting feel to it. It almost feels like not like a card, just like thick paper. This one is 1907. I was flipping it around so much. This one is 1908. Here's another one of the 1910. Some of them they didn't really write on. It was just Easter Grace attend you. So somebody sent an Easter card. They didn't write anything in it. This one's coming apart, have to be glued back together. No postmark. So my kitten is cute. 1909. Here's two more of those airbrushed ones that look airbrushed to me. I don't know if that's what that is. These are 1908 and 1907. One of them's thicker than the other. 1908. Yeah, so like I really want to copy that to use on other things. 1907, 1909, 1908. That's really pretty. I can't even read that date. That's a get well card. Again, this is postmarked, but it's very faded, so I think it says 1919. When can I see you again? I'm trying to double up just to save time. We hit the hour mark, guys. 1910. I was trying not to, but I think I did shave 20 minutes out almost. At least 15. That's pretty with the little sheep. Here's the other Beatrice card. There's these from, I'm almost at the bottom of the stack. 1919. No date. Merry Christmas. 1920. So, do a 1920. No date on that one. No date on that one. I feel like I'm flipping them around. This one is the Palace of Versailles. So I thought that was kind of interesting. 1919, officer's mail. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And that the Treaty of Versailles, isn't that World War I? Got those 1909 and 1907. There's another one of those. Here's the Happy Easter, 1914. There's this one, this one. These are both Easter, I think. I can't, that's really smudged. I can't read that one. This one's 1908. We're at the bottom of the stack, guys. Bear with me. Maybe I shouldn't have flipped through them all. I just really wanted to share them with you guys. 1914. I was so excited about this book when I saw it, especially after seeing the cost of 1909, the cost of the postcards individually. All right, guys, that'll do it. I did manage to shave some time. This is a Thrifty Thursday video. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. So it's an open collab. Head over to Turquoise Dreaming and check it out. Lots of great hauls, lots of great stuff. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this and stuck with me. Thanks if you did. If you did enjoy it, you know, subscribe to Paper Old and New. I hope to get some other videos out soon, and I will see you guys later. Bye.